But what I'm going to do, if you got some kind of confirmation on the
She just said it went through. Once she says they both go through, I'll ask for confirmation.
I'll just take a picture of your driver's license and let you go. I trust her, but I don't trust you.
He's heard about Spaniards.
Am I right? Am I right?
You're right. Totally
You
right.
can trust both of us.
I did marry you.
Yeah, right.
She will tell me that rain in Spain falls mainly on a plane. I don't know what you'll tell me.
I'm saying it's not raining at all.
Yeah, there you go. You can't trust that. This probably will not go anywhere.
Yeah.
And this isn't going to go anywhere. And this you got to.
Just shove
Well,
it.
you can leave it there if you want. This is kind of loose. When you turn it on, you got to hit this button one time because it's a blue light. It's just blue. You hit this button there, turns the back camera on. Or
Okay.
it turns on the camera.
And that's factory installed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is everything factory installed? Did you have anything? Oh, you other than the tow hitch? Did you have anything else that you had installed somewhere else?
No.
Okay.
Everything's factory. And this outfit right here, excellent folks, did the installation
Oh, okay.
for the tow bar. So these guys are doing a tremendous amount of business. In February when I was there, people did everybody. They said recommend come here. You do this
Yeah.
one. These guys do it all, and they do a great job. And so I left you his car.
Yeah. Good. Because we'll probably make a trip up there, if nothing else, to see the factory one day.
There's not much to see.
No.
Okay.
So that's not screwed in yet, right? Or it
Yeah,
is?
it's screwed in, but it's not real tight because you can slide it this way,
Oh, okay.
that way, and this way.
Which is okay, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I got it all the way down. But in order to get it all the way down, I have to. I can't screw this anymore because this hits the knob. But it's not going anywhere
Yeah.
other like this.
No seatbelt for this, right?
Nope, the only seat belts are back there for that. So legally, you can only have 4 people riding this. We'll make sure it doesn't fall down on your head. The cable. Okay. The only reason it's in a king bag, we couldn't put it back in the queen bag because it's bigger now. Oh,
You might need that.
I know how to use it. Linda has a hot air popper, and I showed her this one and use it. She said, yours is better than hot air. I said, because this doesn't dry it out. This is only like $9 at Bed Bath & Beyond.
And it's designed for popcorn.
In a
For the
microwave.
In a microwave.
Yeah.
Have to look, take a picture of that.
It's on here.
3 minutes and 30 seconds with a fourth of a cup, a little more, and it's perfect.
Of oil?
No oil.
popcorn. Right, that's where you can make it healthier.
No oil.
All that garbage.
You do not use the popcorn setting on here for this. If you have bag popcorn, the popcorn setting is perfect. But this, I can have butter, no butter, salt, no salt. And Linda likes butter, no salt. I like salt and butter. You know the Spanish women.
I know. Yeah. Does she like olives?
I don't know.
She loves olives. Anyway.
I don't know. Okay, now we
So wait, let's look at this again. Never turn it on unless it's unscrewed, right?
well, you can turn it on, but it's not what it's going to do.
It'll blow the motor eventually, right?
Yeah, probably. You can drive with that open. I would. Depends on the time of year, but you can because I added the covers. It'll work in the rain. It'll work while you're driving. And this is a temperature gauge. You can let's say it's like today. It's not hot summer. It's fall. You can open this up. on and turn this back. Alright, it's shutting down. So when the temperature gets to whatever this is,
Right.
this will come on automatically. So you don't have to run your AC all the time. You don't want this to get super hot. You put these both on, and it'll come on when it gets the right temperature. And I've done that a couple times. Okay. Again, you don't have to use these.
All right.
I cut them to fit all these openings in case you're in the winter and you want to keep the heat in. The sole purpose of this is to stop any plates from sliding over here and hitting something over here. That's all that's there for. This, by law, you have to have this, not shades, because of this. It's very difficult to get this. If you get it looking nice, the water doesn't turn on 100% because it hits this. So usually when I'm parked, it's like like that, so I can use the water. Of course, these. That's probably where they should be when you're driving. But I have two coffee pots that live in the sink when I'm driving. So if you got something that you don't want to fall off, put it in the sink, leave these here. Well, you don't have anything to put in the sink. Again, this, I can't show you how it works again because the gas is off. But you put it in the lightning rod, which is the spark,
Right.
and then you press it all the way in, flip this. Oh, it's going to run out.
Some left in the line.
Yeah, which is okay because we're going to show you how to do something. That should burn out. And I did this in my diesel pusher all the time because it's not the gas bottle that's going to cause an explosion. It's the gas left in the lines. So if you burn it all out, and if you don't hold it in, it won't stay lit. My diesel pusher didn't last this long.
Yeah, that's a long time. It was strong flame.
Well, we don't have all day. I'm gonna leave that up because that's still hot. Okay. When you're driving down the road, you may want to stick
Oh yeah.
something in here. Stop this from bouncing around here.
Right.
Normally it doesn't even do anything because it's so smooth. Okay, and the instructions for this are inside that drawer there.
In the drawer or in the box?
They're in this drawer. The installation manual right here. There's a technical manual and then there's a cooking manual. There's something that did come with it that I got from Lazy Days, how to cook with a conventional microwave. It's too old fashioned. You don't stay.
And what's this go to?
It probably was used to put this together.
Oh, okay.
And the only way to get this out is take this off. And that off. I look long and hard tonight, and it matched.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, man, this is so cool. Because you got hanging space in this one, and hanging space back there.
Yeah.
This is just, it's got nothing to do with this. It's got to do with some stuff underneath of this that I wanted to put on the original mattress to keep it separated from this and to keep the 2-inch foam there.
Okay. This goes where again?
That hangs on. I wouldn't.
That was the
hangs on
shower door.
When you stop.
When you stop, you want the shower. Everything here is still okay.
Is this running?
Yeah.
Got ice?
Do you want to keep it running?
No, because we don't have anything to put in it for a while.
It's off.
Okay. And you normally said 3.5, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Avoid from
Any
freezing.
more than that,
Everything's.
stuff freezes in the top of this, and sometimes even in the bottom. It's so cold.
So when you do defrost it, does it water drain out somewhere, or do you have to soak it up with towels?
Well, that's what that part of that thing on the outside is. That little
Oh yeah.
that drains some there,
Okay.
but they recommend putting towels in the bottom,
Okay.
or at least down here, because it's going to go down into the screws.
Right.
But
Okay.
love these things. Love these. Absolutely love these. You can see the wires back there.
Oh yeah. What's that?
That's for this.
Oh.
That may be the only wires that run anywhere to the top. I'll send you the photographs of this thing being built,
Yeah.
and you can see where all the wires are. And to get this, you pull out, it's like a ratchet. And now it's real easy.
And I can lift it off if I wanted.
And you
Yeah.
you have to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
This just controls this one. So it's tight
This
again.
is the one to raise it as well?
that
or is
that does this. This raises it.
That one raises.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this will come up this high.
Wow.
But you don't want it that high because what happens is you can't open the door with this up
Oh
here.
yeah.
I found that out the hard way. What? Oh, I'm gonna put it down. And then I just kind of mastered it. Oh, 3001 inverter. These are all your circuit breakers. These are fuses.
And that's just when it's on battery.
No, that's
all the time.
power and or battery.
Oh, okay.
The fuses are for 12 volt, which happens when you're on battery, and this happens when you're on
This series.
power or generator.
Okay.
And that's like a detector for gas or something. But there are extra fuses in the bay in the back, and a fuse puller if you need something here. They didn't come with it. I bought them. I've never needed to do anything. I have some on occasion. If you're hooked up to 50 amp service and this one's working, that one's not, I've had to have it twice. I come back here and find front AC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip the switch, back, and in a few minutes it comes on. It doesn't even look tripped, but, so I did it anyways because that's the front AC. But it didn't look tripped, and it worked. And sometimes that'll pop down when you drive.
Yeah. What is that for?
That's the furnace.
Oh.
And you can direct which way you want the furnace to go. Now there are no outlets up there for the furnace because there's no wall space for furnaces. You got it here, you got it in the bathroom, and you got one at the kitchen right there. Now, if you want to heat that with the furnace, put a fan here and you blow it out that way. However, there are heat pumps in here that work down to like 34 degrees. You don't need the furnace unless it's below 34 degrees. And then I don't use the furnace. I have 2 space heaters. I only need one. I got one little tiny square one ceramic heater that I either put it up there and face it this way, or put it here and face it that way. I've never used the other one because they're very powerful for this small space. But that's how you heat without using gas. If you don't mind using the gas, great. Use the furnace. Great. Y'all can have it.
All right.
Except for the one you left in the hotel.
You're right.
And I'm going to leave these in here
Thank you.
because I don't need them. I bought them for this, especially this, to sweep up. And I took one of the rods out of here so I could store it someplace.
Ah.
And I was storing it like this here. But with the extra thing on it, sometimes it's hard to store it. Now, here's what you do when you run out of space. You buy a little square tub, you put it in there, and you put these in the shower. Because you're not using the shower. And then when you're using the shower, you take them all out.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a place to store them, so you can store them there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm parked for a while, I'll take this and put it in front of the passenger seat. And then I close this, you can't see it anyways, and it's readily available to sweep. So I sweep first, then swiver, then wet swiver. Yes.
Yeah.
When you're traveling, you want to make sure this is locked. Because first time you go around the corners, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this last trip I took started coming open. If you've got any tape, let me check my toolkit. I would tape this shut because some, and I tried tightening it up, but you can't.
Mm-hmm.
I looked on the other side, and there's nothing to tighten it up. This will vibrate down like this, and this will come open, and it'll go boom, boom. So we need to tape that shut. Let's see. I think that's it.
And you said you put a bag around the
Yeah.
nozzle, right, when you're driving?
Well, that's if you've used it recently. Because if you pick it up, a little bit of water's coming out.
Yeah, okay.
But when you drive, leave it down.
Yeah, leave it down because if you hit something rough and it
Mhm.
bounces, that's going to pop up and something in here will break because I've had it happen before. But I got a free one because it's not supposed to break. So this factory sent me a new one. This is a brand new one, and so is this. Because what came with it was a different shower head, which I think I threw it away. And this is plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Because plastic doesn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
You need this to do that. Now, keep in mind, once you hit the switch to stop the water flowing, if this thing drips as much water as in that little thing up front, the water's going to be cold when you turn it on, turn it back on. So that's why this is here to put that there. Okay, let's test the water. Turn it on. Okay, it's cold. It's cold. Oh, it's hot again. Then I can pick it up and use it. Because you don't want that up here
Mm-hmm.
when you're testing the water. It could get cold.
And anything to know about that hose, or is that just self-explanatory?
You just
Well,
water.
usually the only thing gets stuck in here is paper.
Mm-hmm.
Never put anything down here other than toilet paper and what comes out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else. Because you jam that macerator.
Mm-hmm.
So you just switch that button up there?
Yeah.
That's the pump.
That's the water pump.
Okay.
Now, while I'm back here,
Simple.
I'm leaving this because this is what you should use to clean things with. Never use Clorox cleaning products in the sinks, in the toilet, because there is a rubber gasket there.
Eat it away.
It'll eat it away. The only thing you have to do for this is one of these days get Vaseline around that.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to leave it empty because it'll dry out.
Mm-hmm.
No, that'll stay there, no problem. I usually put it in the shower because I got a tub there. Put it down here. Okay.
And the little things there you told us yesterday, the little
Packages
packs.
of.
Where do we put that and how often?
Okay. These are after dinner mints. There's one in here and a couple in that one. After you dump the black tank, rinse it a couple of times, you come in here and you put about a gallon of water in here. Then you put one of these in and flush it. Because you don't want it sitting on the bottom without any water. Then as you flush it, it gets more water, and it works. Once in a great while, and I did it probably 3 weeks ago, I put one in the kitchen sink. Because the gray tank can smell pretty bad with any sediments that get down in it. That's why you need to rinse the gray tank. However, well, I can always say never, but it doesn't mean it happens. I don't put greasy things in the sink. I wipe it out with paper towel and throw it out first. Because you can't take the chance with these that you can in a house. So wipe it out first, get any sediment out, put it in a trash can. You wash that down there, and if you're not careful with the gray tank, you don't rinse it properly, that sediment gets in there and it starts rotting and smelling. And it smells worse than the black tank. Okay, we can go into the bay outside.